Omoobajesu. Am I supposed to specify where I'm from?
If you want to, if you want to.
Okay. I'm from Ondo State. Yes, I'm a Yoruba girl, even though most people don't think I am one facially.
You-
Or when they see that, okay, I'm into different stuff. The first thing that is Igbo girl now. So I am an entrepreneur. I am a brand influencer. I'm a writer. I do a lot of things basically.
So
I
here you
like maximizing my talents.
are. I love that. I love that as well. So here you are, guys. This is Achiever Omoobajesu. So yes, your story is inspiring because I looked at your works and what you are doing, and for me, the first question that came to my mind, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the questions on everybody's minds: how do you balance all this? CEO, Black Fashion Room, Achie Herbals, content creator, event host, digital marketer. How do you balance all this?
Well, this question is a bit hard, and at the same time, I think balancing things like this it's just dependent on the type of person. Like, there's no quick maths to it, honestly. But then I just decided in my own heart that if I want to be known for something, at least I should do it well. Like whatever I find your hands doing, do it well. Do you get? So for some people, like they know that okay, they're extremely book smart. They don't know anything about business. They choose to do book. At least let them just have that. They cannot lose both ways. Do you understand? So yes, for me, I'm like, okay, if we can do book, let's do book. When it's time to do book, let's do book. When it's time for business, we face business and everything. So like I in a way automated my work. Do you understand? I have websites where people just order and everything. So it's not every time I have to like reply to people's DMs like saying, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this. Even though yes, I still do that. And I also have like people that help me reply messages and all. But because the website is already there, it's just okay when the order gets here, I send to my workers if I'm unavailable to do them myself, and then they just run it, reach out to my delivery guy, and that's it. When it's time for school, I just say, okay, this is time for school. Anything related to business, you all handle it without me. That's especially like during exam period and everything. So like while in school, I still work. In fact, I still produce while in school. But like when it's like exam test period, let's shift my hand from business. Let me graduate first. That's
Exactly.
the aim. Exactly. So like when it's time for my head needs book, I'll chop book first. And when it's time for okay, let's run people's order and everything, then so what I do most times is when I see like exam test is like really close by, what I just do is you know how like what do they call it? This sponsored advert stuff work here.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I just turn it off. Because like when it's turned on, obviously more orders will be
Others will
coming,
come
people will be
in.
seeing the same. So like I just turn it off. So like I know that the number of orders are going to reduce like drastically. Do you understand? So I yes, most times it's usually like returning customers that you most likely see texting. Or maybe people that are probably saved the post for later and everything. But like it reduces compared to like when it's turned on now. So like till I know I'm done with test, exam, and the rest, then I can carry on. Or when I know that okay, my workers' hands are on deck to work without me being available, then okay. Once there's order, I just know that all I just have to do is at the end of the day, I have to just send the orders to them. I'll just create time to do that once and for all. So it depends on the situation. So yeah, I've tried, and there are some things that I don't work on while in school. For example, writing. When I'm writing, it needs my attention, my focus, everything. And sometimes I can get blank on ideas. So what I just do is, I'm a late night sleeper, so I spend most times at night doing research and also writing. So if I can't cope with writing while in school, I just wait till the holiday. But like before, I could that's when inspiration is to flow the most when I'm in school. But like when pressure of final year this that,
Project.
just realized that I'm no motivation to write anything. No. In fact, there was a particular freelance writing I was doing for someone that I had to like stop the project because I just wanted to graduate. I won't lie. So like when you just see, okay, you can't do everything at the same time, I think it's just best to give yourself that space. Okay, let me do one before going to another one, before going to another one. And that's it. But if you think you can do all at once, everybody differ. Like some people are good at multitasking, some people are not. So it all depends. When you know that, don't go and fail because you want to go and sell markets. That was very important. So yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
think
the question.
yeah, and I think I got a lot from what you said, and one thing that was key to me or stuck with me was that delegation part. You get, because having a team around you, it has a way of, like say, reducing the workload and like also leading your team, and then also knowing when to do something and when to stop doing it.
Yeah,
Because like when you're in
yeah.
school, you said you try to minimize on this. Most people, they just keep going. They don't know when to pause or when to stop
They
and
don't know
everything.
when to put a break to it. Yes.
Exactly. So like that's one thing I got. So now the next
Mhm.
question, because this one I got it from a lot of people. They really want to know
Okay.
how and why you started. How and why?
Okay.
Yes.
So this particular stuff is a bit funny, right? But okay, before I go into like the business aspect of me owning a brand, I'll go into like other stuff I did before I owned a brand. So basically, right from when I was young, they always call me Igbo girl because anything I see I could actually monetize, I monetize, like I put it to work. Do you understand? It's like
Yes.
it was even as bad as, let me say, I remember in my 100 level first semester, it was the time there used to be like scarcity of pure water in CU.
Yes.
Like it was so bad. So like me on a normal day, I would just buy 10 bags of water. I don't know why, but like I just felt I should buy 10 bags of water. I should have water in excess. So like when there's scarcity of water and everything now, I'll be like, one bag of, and one pure water is 20 naira. If you
You
want me to deliver it to your room, it's extra 10 naira.
Tell
Like, you get like just small tactics like that. And I actually did buy them to drink until when like there's always scarcity water and people come and miss because I always had water. So I was like, if it's like that, it's not to sell it. You understand? So like small things like that. And then I just find myself monetizing it. Well, obviously there's some things I still do for people free, sure, but when I see, okay, I could actually monetize it and earn from it. So why not? Because when I'm buying 10 bags of water, where are these people to contribute my money for me? If
exactly.
I'm buying another one, we finish it fast. Do you get? So yes, I was able to monetize that, like other stuff like that. Then something like my writing. Hmm. I started writing in SS1. I found
Wow.
out like I could write in SS1. So like it started the way that was started was so funny because okay, let me say small secrets. So there was this guy I liked
Okay.
in secondary school. And I wanted to pass like how I felt to the person now and everything. And then I was writing it in a book and I made it in a dialogue form. You understand? Like I said this, he said this, I said this, he said this, blah blah blah. So like I just thought, okay, this thing done the long go. You don't enter 2 pages, you don't enter 3 pages. And then I just started like from the back of like my notes that I was using to practice what I was going to say. That's the next time I was like, I'm not doing strike. I can turn this into a story. Like I was writing it so well, like as if no, I had been writing over the
Oh,
years and
yes.
something. So like and I got a new note. I was like, okay, let me transfer it inside this new note. Let me just be writing, let me just saying everything. And just like that, it turned into a story of
Wow.
like more than 80 leaves notes. And guess what? till today, the person did not know it was for him. And I ended up telling a story that everybody in my school kept collecting the book to read just for fun. Like, do you get? So,
Yeah.
like, I just told them, oh, it's a story I wrote, this, blah, blah, because I'd already started putting too much imagination inside the book,
That's how it is, yes.
inside the writing. And this one was past real life thing that could happen. And funny enough, when I was writing it initially, I didn't write it like with my exact name. I used a
Oh, okay.
different
The
name.
name.
Do you get? So it just made sense in my head. And I just kept writing. And that was when I realized that, oh, I could actually write. After then, I wrote a second one, I wrote a third one. So who knows what is laptop then to be typing in? I used to write it inside book and
Is that
pen.
note?
Really writing. Like I used 280 leaves notes to write a story. So like from there, I like just built the talent. Then then I was like good on script writing. Then so like it was easier to like build that part of me. Then in my 200 level, I realized I could actually write like normal type of stories and short stories and the rest. They don't necessarily have to be long. Then I discovered Canva. And there was one of my friends who was also a writer, and he told me about Canva, and I was like, "Oh, I could use it." Blah blah blah. So there was a day I didn't have a class, and then I was just in my room, and then I just felt like writing something. I was just typing it in my, this Apple Notes stuff now. So like I was just typing, the idea, the imagination. So so vivid, and then I now decided to like use Canva. That was my first time using Canva. Funny enough. So that was what brought up my graphic designing skills. This life,
Oh,
have
I see the link
sense.
up.
Have sense. So I actually wrote and I did it in a box form, shiny way that is postable on Instagram and people can read it and
Really?
everything. So that was what I did. And I started from there. And people really liked it. They're like, oh my God, post more, post more, post more, blah, blah. Like, oh, wow, I think people actually do like it. And that day again, I came up with another story like that, like that, like that, blah, blah, blah. And I kept writing. People enjoyed it. And people were even like, I should start writing on Wattpad and thinking, I don't just have strength, so let me not lie. I don't have strength. If not, I think I should be very popular on Wattpad by now or
Yeah, me
something
too.
if I
I feel
actually
like you should
put
start
in
writing
the
on
effort.
Wattpad.
If I did put in the effort, probably I'll be earning a lot of money by now on Wattpad. So share like that, and then some producers in CEO, all these people that are into cinematography and the rest, approached me, some told me to write stories for them, and like because I was good at writing scripts, so so like they're like, okay, I should write a story like this, the idea. I should just like bring it into like a more vivid image, blah blah blah, which I did. In fact, there was one that I wrote and I also acted in it. Do you know Cholem?
Chulem, yes, Chulem
Anita?
Clicks. Yes, Anita.
Yeah, Cholem Clicks.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I wrote for her and I also acted
Yeah.
in the distance. It was a short movie though. Then like that, I figured out I could act small. So see, talent,
Yo,
Opo.
this is
I
multi-talent.
got into the acting part too. So small like that. If they want me to, funny enough, I was not in CUTG. But when I finally joined CUTG out of pressure of go and join CUTG, now go and I don't know how to go for their meeting. And I was stop acting then. So I just feel like um I think I should just do things out of my own will, not because I'm pressured to do it. You understand? So when that happened, okay, so I built my graphic designing skills from the whole Canva-ish thing. It was so good that, let me use for example, last year, have you heard of Niger Brand Chick before?
Yes.
You
I
know,
heard of
like
that.
you know
Yes.
Niger Brand Chick.
Nelly,
Good.
yes.
The trade fair she did last year for Lagos and Abuja was the one that designed all the vendors' poster. Do you get?
Wow.
Yeah. So now,
Wow.
each like the Lagos one now was like 190 something vendors, same as the Abuja one. So I did the
For all
poster
of
for
them.
like each of the vendor. So
Wow.
now the initial graphic designer that usually do the what they call it the poster for the woman. Like they've been working together for years. So like this time around, I was supposed to be a vendor